He spent 46 years in prison for a murder he never committed. Nearly half a century stolen L. This is the story of Richard Phillips, a man who walked into prison at 27 and didn't walk out again until he was 73, older, alone, and forgotten by the world. His only crime was trusting a system designed to destroy him. In the early 1970s, Richard was living an ordinary life in Detroit, Michigan, working hard, supporting his family, dreaming of something better. He had never been arrested, never been violent, never even imagined being on police radar. But all it took was one false statement from the wrong man at the wrong time to turn Richard from citizen, suspect, prisoner. On October 27, 1971, a man named Gregory Harris was murdered. Police were desperate for a conviction, and they thought they got a break when a man named Fred Mitchell pointed the blame directly at Richard Phillips. What they never told the jury was this: Fred Mitchell wasn't a witness. He was involved in the murder, and he framed Richard to save himself. His lies became the foundation of a case that would ruin a man's life. Detectives believed Mitchell instantly. Prosecutors never questioned his story, and Richard's court-appointed lawyers failed him at every turn. No DNA evidence, no fingerprints, no murder weapon tied to Richard, no motive at all, but the jury never heard that. They heard a confident liar, and they heard the state say Richard was guilty. In 1972, he was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The most devastating part? He had no chance to prove his innocence, because the truth didn't fit the prosecution's story. 46 years, 16,800 days, more than half his life behind bars. He lost his marriage, contact with family. The world he once knew, birthdays, funerals, entire generations. Some days he wondered if he would die inside those walls, but he refused to give up the one thing prison couldn't take: his belief in his innocence. While others broke, Richard found strength in art, painting hundreds of watercolor pieces that kept him sane and kept hope alive. Decades later, something unexpected happened. A co-defendant, the same man whose lies sent Richard away, finally told the truth. He admitted he set up Richard to reduce his own sentence. That confession reached the Michigan Innocence Clinic, lawyers who fight for the wrongfully convicted. They dug through dusty files, tracked down witnesses, and uncovered hidden evidence prosecutors never shared. Finally, in 2017, DNA and witness testimony proved what Richard had said all along: he was never involved in the murder. In 2018, at the age of 73, Richard Phillips stepped out of prison, a free man. No parade, no apology, no welcome home. Just a city he no longer recognized, and decades of life he would never get back. He started selling his paintings to survive, sometimes for food money, sometimes just to feel human again. Years later, Michigan awarded him $1.5 million, but only after public pressure demanded justice. Richard's story is more than a tragedy. It's a warning. If one man's lies can steal 46 years, how many others are still trapped behind bars because the system refuses to admit mistakes? Comment: justice. If you believe stories like Richard's must never be forgotten, share this video so his 46 stolen years become part of a movement, not just another headline.